Ben from Maybe Autism is My Superpower. A lot of people asked me that what age did I start talking, because their kids with autism are not talking.
Yeah, a lot of people have been messaging your page to ask, hey, what age was Ben when he started to talk? They kind of want to know because it's a little bit hard for their kids to develop speech right now. So we thought making a video about how you developed your speech may help some other kids, right? Okay. So when you were really little, like a toddler, like 2, what did you like to do with the alphabet letters?
Put it together on the fridge or the floor.
Yeah, you loved lining them up. Even though you couldn't say them, you weren't talking to me, I would notice that you knew the alphabet very early. That is so cool. And then when you were like 3 years old and we would go to stores together, I would notice something crazy. What were you doing in the store?
Reading the signs like produce, deli, cheese, milk, and groceries.
Yes, you were actually able to read the signs. I don't even know if you understood the signs, but you were able to read them. And do you know what that's called?
Hyperlexa.
Yeah, hyperlexic. Yeah, that's when you can read at a very young age. You're able to read very advanced for your age. And you were able to do that, but you still weren't really talking. But at that same age, around 3, you started a different kind of talk. What kind of talk is that?
Self-talk.
Yeah, what is self-talk?
Talking to yourself.
Yeah, and some people call it scripting when you're talking about certain things. What did you like to self-talk about?
Nickelodeon and commercials.
Yeah. What were your favorite shows on Nickelodeon?
SpongeBob.
You like SpongeBob the best?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so when you're talking about our memorizing and repeating what they say on TV shows, it's called scripting, and you would do a lot of that self-talk. Do you still self-talk now?
Yeah, sometimes.
You do. So even though you are able to make videos and talk to mommy in full sentences, you still self-talk sometimes, right? And that's okay. It's still okay. Okay, and then after that, it took you a bunch of years before you were really putting together 3 or 4 words into a sentence. Yeah. Do you know how old you were when you made it?
7 or 8.
Yeah, you were about 7 or 8. And do you know what you like to talk about at 7 or 8? Do you know what your favorite things to talk about were?
SpongeBob.
Yeah, you still like to talk about your TV shows. And what else?
Commercials.
And you like to talk about things you were good at.
Yeah, like playing music.
Yeah, you like to talk about your piano. And you like to talk about things at the stores, because you were good at doing certain things at stores. What were you good at the stores?
Scanning items at the self-checkout, disposing balls at the reverse vending machine, and cashing in coins at the Coinstar machine.
Yeah, you were excellent at those things. You still like them, but you really enjoyed when we spoke about things that you were good at doing, like music and using certain computers. And what do we call that now? What do we call things that kids with autism are good at doing?
Superpowers.
Yes. So when mommy spoke to you about your superpowers, you started to talk to me in some sentences. So we saw that you went from not talking much at all to self-talking to using and finding your superpowers, and then wanting to talk about your superpowers, which is what you still like to talk about, right? Yeah, I like to talk about that the most. And now, what kind of reading do you do?
Speed reading.
Yeah, so you went from the alphabet letters to naming words in the stores, and now you're a speed reader. So anything is possible at any age with autism. And what would you like to tell kids or parents of kids who have autism who aren't speaking yet? What would your advice be?
Have your kids move.
Movement helps.
Or use their superpowers.
Yes, movement does help. What kind of movement helps you talk?
Shaking my hands.
And using their superpowers to have conversation. Parents can talk to their kids about things they like, right? You think that would help them?
Yeah.
I do too, buddy. So thanks for making this video with me.
Hopefully you enjoyed. Goodbye, and don't forget, autism is a superpower.
It sure is, and hopefully this helps some other families as well.
Hopefully, goodbye.